Hi class, let's take a look at example 3. Now, one main difference on example 3 is that, well, this particular problem actually has units attached to it. So any problem that has units attached to it, as we look at any scatter plot or any predictions that we're going to be making, they're only going to be on the first quadrant. So they're only going to be on quadrant 1, no negative values. So if you look at this one, this is a better picture. They're only going to be on the first quadrant. It's possible that predictions go into the negatives, but those will be eliminated since in terms of units, the minimum value that your x's and y's would be at the origin, if it's possible to be at the origin. So most of the problems that have units, they're going to be only on the first quadrant. And then another aspect of problem 3 that we're going to see is that some of these become really messy with the numerical values. So we'll be rounding between 2 to 4 decimal places. If I want to sketch the closest to the coordinate points are as you're given in here, would be okay. So you're looking at these will be your x's, and then technically these will be your y values. They want a scatter plot, so we'll provide a sketch, and then in this case, I'm just gonna put as title credit scores. Your x's represent a credit score, and then your y represents the interest rate. And then on the y's, since it goes to 18, I'm gonna go on 5s. So in this case, this will be 5, 10, 15, and then 20. Now your y values are gonna be a little bit distorted, but as long as you're depicting the values there, approximations are fine. We would typically use technology if we were presenting these values. So the first one that is given is 545. I'm just going to say that this is 545. So I'm just going to put it here, 545. And then its credit score, its interest rate, it's actually 18.9. So I'm just going to place it around there. Then not to scale, 595. 17, so I'm just going to place it a little bit lower. 640 about 12, so just above the 10. 675, this one has an 8, so just below the 10. 705, it has a 6, so just above the 5 around here. 750, and this one is just above 5, so around there. Obviously not to scale, but this would be sufficient. On the scatter plot, we're only providing a dot. If we were including this in the project, then we definitely would use software to get a more precise picture. Now, the next portion that they're going to ask us to do is to evaluate the correlation coefficient. So in this case, we're going to evaluate R. And just so that we do a quick review, R represents the strength or how close your coordinate points are to a actual line. So they could be going in this direction, and then the maximum value is going to be 1 if it's increasing, -1 if it's decreasing, and then technically any value in between. It's also possible that it's non-linear, meaning that the pattern is not aligned. Okay, so let me just copy the formula. Remember that the value of R is this mess. And in your calculator, you're going to be inserting your x's under L1 and your y's under L2. So we're just going to say here that R is equal to the sum. This is x minus x bar divided by Sx. And then technically y minus y bar divided by Sy over, and the denominator has a n minus 1. So n minus 1, and let me fix the parentheses. Let me erase these. Okay, and then we're gonna say that this is approximately the following value. Now, what I need you to do is enter the data set. In this case, I already entered them in advance. Make sure you put all the values from the actual, your x's as your L1, your y's as your L2. Careful with the typos. I don't see any typos, so I think we're ready to go. Then you're gonna press stats, then move to test, and then you're looking for linear regression t-test. Hit enter and verify that you have L1 and L2. Check because you might have modified your L1, and then do not modify anything else. At this point, you hit enter, and R is going to be at the bottom. So in this case, we're getting a measurement of R to be negative 0.9759. I'm going to go to 4. So negative 0.9759 going to 4 decimal places. And let me just double check. So negative 97.59 to 4 decimal places. That is pretty much it for this one. Let's move on to technically C. They want us to test for correlation. The values of n is how many coordinate points we have. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the little sketch that we provide is going to be as follows. This is 0. Maximum R can be as 1 and negative 1. Our CVs for 6 coordinate points, it's going to be here. So you're looking at this number, and it's going to be 0.811. So CVs are going to be plus or minus 0.811. So that means this is 0.811, and this is negative 0.811. Now, the value of R that we found was approximately negative 0.9759, which actually falls in this actual region. Now, this region, it's the region of technically negative correlation. So you're looking at this region. Now, because a single coordinate point can change the prediction, we would say that there appears to be a negative correlation. And let me just rewrite it. So there appears to be a negative correlation. And you can just say because R, it's approximately negative 0.9759 is less than the CV of negative 0.811, meaning that it falls under that region. And then here, a single coordinate point could change the pattern that we're looking at from there appears to be negative correlation to if it's in between the critical values, no correlation, or above the positive correlation. And then don't forget that you're talking about the negative one. So we're actually looking at this region here. Okay, so that's actually it for the test. Let's move on to the regression equation. So our regression equation, I'm just going to write it as y hat. It's equal to mx plus b. Now, we're going to be obtaining all of these values from the calculator. and I'm going to go to 4 decimal places. So our slope is b here. So b is negative 0.0764. So y hat is equal to negative 0.0764x. And let me just, so your slope here is b. B is negative 0.0764. And then your y-intercept is a. So a is 61 point plus 61 point 36 87. So 3687. Also, I'm going to 4 decimal places. Let me double check those values. Let me pause the video a little bit, and then let me double check everything that I have so far. Okay, so that's going to be your regression equation. The next step, it's going to look a little bit distorted for the graph of it, but we're going to use the calculator to retrieve coordinate points. And remember that the moment that we have units, you're not going to have anything going into the negatives. So x is equal to credit scores. Your y's represent percentage of interest rate. And then to actually provide a sketch on this one, hit y, delete anything that's there. Then you're going to do negative 0.0764x plus 61.3687. And let me double check. Negative 0.0764x plus 61.3687. Once you enter that, hit graph. And we may have to zoom out. So hit zoom and then number 3 out. And I think our window, it's too small. So let's use a negative 50. Actually, because of the 61, negative 70. So we get to see, so put 70 on all of them. There you go. Okay, that's our line. Then hit the trace and hit 0. So your first coordinate point is going to be 0 and then 61.3687. Second coordinate point, you can hit 2, and at 2, we're at 61, 2159. So 2959. And then just plot those 2 coordinate points as close as possible. Here it's going to be a little bit off. I'm just going to say that this is 61. So at 0, we're just above there. And then 1 and 2, it's actually decreasing. So it's just around there. Obviously not to scale, but your line is going in this direction. The only part of that I'm interested is if it's increasing or decreasing. In this case, you can see that it's going down. Because of the negative, your line is going down. And then we don't include any values on the negative side, because technically your data, the minimum that your x's could be is 0. So you're just providing 2 coordinate points, and then that's it. That's it. At this point, up to this problem, I'll stop the recording. It's going to cut me off in like less than a minute. And then on the next video, we'll do the rest of them.